Such people are usually not even aware that they may be taking care of themselves offensively and inappropriately. But we, in our immature thinking, believe they are aware and that they have deliberately set out to hurt us. As we mature, we gradually begin to accept this concept that we are not always the cause and center of other people's behavior and thinking. Instead of defending ourselves by getting revenge or giving punishment to such people, we understand that much of the time they are actually attempting to take care of themselves. By using our sense of our own reality, our thinking, our feelings, and our behavior and boundaries, by using our sense of our own reality, which is thinking, feeling, behavior, and boundaries, we also take care of ourselves by acting in our own best interests when we are around these people. For example, if they have acted abusively or transgressed our boundaries for whatever reason, we can stop giving information to them or keep them out of our lives and not spend that much time around them. Forgiving a person who has hurt me means that I give up the need for revenge or punishment so that I can feel good inside myself. It doesn't mean that I must keep the person in my life constantly battling to protect myself and being hurt in the process. It doesn't mean I approve of the person's actions. It just simply means I acknowledge my feelings, I stop replaying the event in my mind, and give up the idea of revenge or punishment. So now, what are the core symptoms of the need for revenge? Well, core symptom number one, which is inappropriate levels of self-esteem. If I perceive that a person has offended me, whether the offense is real or imagined, I experience a blow to my self-esteem that causes me shame about myself. This is because I believe that I am being treated as if I have no worth. I then have a great need to punish the person so that my value can be restored. Since I have difficulty feeling worth from within, I resort to paying people back or devaluing them to restore the self-esteem I perceive has been taken from me. If I'm operating from the better than position and someone offends me in some way, I believe it is my right to be angry and offend back I believe it is my right to be angry and offend back so I can right the wrong. Core symptom number two, impaired boundaries. With no boundaries, I may often be offended because I am powerless to stop it. Whenever I believe that my boundaries have been transgressed, I experience anger, fear, and pain. And these times resentment may enter, a need to get even. I am exposed to opportunities for resentment to occur in me more often than I would be if I had functional boundaries and could protect myself from being offended. Of course, even when I have healthy boundaries, an offender more powerful than me may transgress them anyway. I may feel pain, fear, and anger. But resentment, the desire to punish or get even, is not the same as feeling pain, anger, or fear. And I can avoid resentment if I am in recovery. I just recently developed a resentment towards this guy who did my camera work. And what it was I didn't stop him from spewing out a lot of anger that was just way too much because he was a potential client. So I thought that if I would let him spew, that at the end of the spewing he would write me a check. And he didn't. And I just became enraged at that. And I also developed a resentment because I did feel like he took my self-esteem away, but he didn't take my self-esteem away. I was unable to protect myself. It says, whenever I believe that my boundaries have been transgressed, I experience anger, fear, and pain. The third core symptom with holding on to resentments are difficulty owning reality. There are at least 3 possible ways that this symptom can contribute to our experiencing resentment. First, as a codependent, I often experience inaccurate or skewed thinking. I am very likely to misinterpret something that happens between me and another person and think I have been wronged or insulted, even though I have not been. The skewed thinking creates more opportunities for experiencing resentment. I am as likely to experience resentment on these occasions as I am as if someone had really wronged or insulted me. So skewed thinking. 2, second, when I have difficulty figuring out what I think or feel, or difficulty revealing what I think or feel, even if I know what it is, I cannot fully acknowledge the impact of a person's behavior on me. I may feel pain, fear, or anger about my perception that I have been wronged or insulted, but not be able to recognize it or express it in a healthy way. I think I expressed it in a healthy way. I explained to him, I said, wow, the last time we were together, I really felt dumped on, and I felt angry at myself for not protecting myself quicker. But I felt like, you dumped on me and I was left with all your trash, and I had to deal with it, and you still didn't write a check, so I felt better after that. I wasn't trying to get even. I was just telling the person the impact of being a garbage dump, and also taking responsibility for my part and not stopping the dumping when it was happening. So, my unconscious or unacknowledged thought may be that the person deserves to be punished, or I deserve to get even. If I am not aware that I am thinking in terms of resentment because I cannot figure out what I am thinking, the result may be baffling, irrational, hostile thoughts, feelings, and behavior toward the perceived offender. You might have to rewind that one. That's really good stuff. And last and third, when I can't own my own thinking about myself, I use the opinion I think others have of me to define myself to me. Ooh, wasn't that good? Let me read that again. And third, when I can't own my own thinking about myself, I use the opinion I think others have of me to define myself to me. When another person doesn't think what I want him or her to think about me, I may experience resentment. For example, I may get a new haircut. Since I can't own my own thinking that the haircut is wonderful, I can't enjoy it unless my husband likes it. But he may tell me that he doesn't like my new haircut, undermining my own concept of myself that depends on his opinion. I may lie in wait for opportunities to get even by belittling or criticizing him in return because he, quote, spoiled my enjoyment of my new haircut by telling me he doesn't like it. And I have let my difficulty owning my own reality sabotage my enjoyment of my new look and my relationship with my husband. Wow. So basically, what I'm hearing is that holding on to resentments is childish.